looks like you're warmer than where we are. Where are you and what are you doing?
Yeah, back home it's been a hot winter. I'm in Jackson, Mississippi. It's like 70 degrees right now. Out here golfing with my father-in-law. He's way back there. So
All right, we won't ask for your score right now. But how did the deal with the Nats come about, and what have they told you about your expected role?
yeah, just like almost any free agency or any free agent deal, it seems to come quick whenever um, the communication gets to rolling, and you know just opportunity to help the team. Being a lefty bat, being around a while, um, and pretty young team, but it's pretty cool that I made my debut here. So it has some pretty cool feeling to it.
Mark Zuckerman, MassonSports.com.
Hey, Corey, welcome. What do you remember about that debut? You've had a long career since then. A lot's happened since then.
No, I remember like yesterday. It was amazing. I remember getting called up, had my brother, my wife, uh, his wife with me in Colorado Springs, and we came up, and my family having the opportunity to be there, my wife's family, and just the welcoming I got from all the guys, and to have I still remember that first at bat, and also the just walking out on the field for the first time. It was amazing. I felt like this is what the big leagues is all about, and I always remember the Nats Stadium because of that.
You've had a lot of success at Nats Park. I don't know if you know the numbers. It's like over 1,000 OPS there. It's not necessarily known as a great hitters park or great pitchers park. It's sort of right down the middle. Is there something about it that's always been comfortable for you?
Yeah, I think just the overall feel of it. I enjoy playing there. I like the more modern ballpark. You see the ball really well there. I don't know. I always really enjoyed playing there. And usually when get something good going, you hit something, you hit good somewhere. You just get good vibes from it. And every time you come back, you try to remember those good vibes, those good times, and try to repeat it.
And just having played for a few different teams now, especially the last couple of years, what have you learned about how to fit into a new clubhouse quickly, and especially one like this where there are a lot of younger guys? What's that process been like for you?
Yeah, for sure. It's also a great opportunity. A lot of times if you stay with the team too long, it can become monotonous and people's routines and things like that. Being in one place too long, but I take fulfillment in getting to know people right away, trying to learn the sense of humor of every single guy, how you can joke with them, how are they approachable, and just try to be a good teammate. Let them know that I'm there to help in any way. I'm a competitor, and I love to compete and turn it on when I have to. But when we're not between the lines, I'm always there. And I think just putting out that vibe and letting guys know that I'm approachable is huge.
Jesse Doherty, Washington Post.
Great, thanks for doing this, man. Obviously, the NL has the DH now. Last year, you were a mix of DH left field. Did you get any clarity from the Nationals on maybe what they like to see from you day to day, or is it more kind of going to spring training and you guys are figure it out from there?
Yeah, I think we'll figure it out. Like I said, when you're a competitor and you just go out there and play, I've done it for a long time, and guys always mess with me about bouncing around and things like that. But I always say there's a reason why I'm still here. There's a reason why I still have opportunity. It's just because I love to compete. When I get out there and compete, it tends to just work out. So, I want to play the field every single day, every opportunity I get. I love that. I enjoy that. Continue my daily preparation, trying to get better at that. But, whatever the team needs is, the role you have to be ready to play. So I'm just going to prepare myself the best way possible and try to enjoy the moment.
To play the field, is that just because you feel like you can kind of stay in the game a bit more when you are playing both sides and not just getting those 4 at bats?
Yeah, for sure. Staying locked in, having the opportunity if you're not feeling good at the dish that day, to try to take a hit away from the next guy. That's kind of how I play. My mentality is, if I'm not getting a hit, I'm not going to let them get a hit. That type of mentality, it's fun for me. It's my preparation through the day. I get to help the team. I quit worrying so much about the production aspect, and because I know, like, even if I don't hit or if I'm not seeing the ball well that day, I have an opportunity to really help in the field. And, it helps me take care of my body. I feel like I stay in shape better, but, you just have to find ways to stay in shape if you're not in that role. So we'll see how it plays out.
Having debuted in 2013, you've probably seen the game change a lot in clubhouses in terms of information, data, analytics, whatever it may be. What kind of preparer are you? Do you kind of take more of a old school approach, or are you someone who kind of likes to dig into a lot of that information, scouting reports, advanced reports, et cetera?
Gotta say, I'm definitely old school. Usually, I'm my best whenever I just go up there and compete, no matter who it is. It's more about timing and rhythm for me. I will, if anything sticks out like crazy, then that might, something I look at a little bit more. I've been on teams that do it all. Playing with the Cardinals last year, a lot of guys watch a lot of film and pick their brain why. So I think I can help a lot of young guys and stuff like that want to dive deeper but not get too deep. Figure out their learning curve, how they like to learn, because you can't shove a bunch of information and it messes with your approach, messes with what you're looking for. So you got to be really careful with it. So I'll be approachable for that standpoint, but I'm definitely more old school mentality of just going out there and competing.
Any other questions? Andrew Golden, Washington Post.
Hey, Corey, you battled some injuries over the past couple of years. How frustrating has that been for you not being able to stay on the field consistently? And what do you think is the key to kind of staying on the field this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think anytime you go through a lot of injuries, the biggest thing you can do is learn from them. I feel like I learned a lot about my body every single year. And that helps with my teammates, being able to help young guys learn to prepare to play the game a long time, to prepare for 162 games. The mental toll, it's more mental than it is physical. And once your body goes, it's hard to keep your mental, intact. So I think I'll be able to help young guys with that. But I've learned a lot. Maybe I need to hit in the cage more some days, or it's okay to mix up your routine and things like that to make sure you feel closer to 100%. Everybody thinks when you turn on the TV everybody's 100%, but we're not. We're all competitors. So it's trying to get yourself in the best physical shape where mentally you can go out there and just compete.
Can you give an example of an injury that you had in the past you kind of learned from it? Can you give an example of like when that happened exactly?
What's that?
Can you give an example of when you kind of learned from of an injury that you had in the past, kind of how you learned from that this year?
Let's see. Like the past year, I strained my calf, and I was going from like not really playing too much to, I started to play a little bit more. We had a day game, and I tweaked my calf, and it could have been from not, when you don't play as much, you tend not to condition the same, or you practice the same as if you're playing every day, but it's not the same. You have to put in a little extra work, a few more sprints, a few more, cardiovascular things to make sure your body's in shape when you're not playing every day. Or if you're just DHing, you gotta be able to make sure that whenever your name's called and you need to play every day, you're ready. And I think that's always something you can learn from. And it's a mentality you got to have, and having people around you hold you accountable to that is huge.
And we'll finish up with Jessica Camerato, NW.com.
Corey, I was wondering at this point in your career, what is it that you still want to prove either to yourself or to the baseball world?
That I'm a good baseball player, that I can do more than just one thing. I think I can still hit for power. A lot of people have written me off with that, but nobody asks why, or things like that, like reasons why I switched stances or went to different approaches over the years. I still think I can hit for power. I can do many things well. I always feed off negative emotion. I've always been an underdog. I've always, had that chip on my shoulder. That's the way I play. And I feel like I kind of lost that chip the last couple of years, trying to please and mold to people's needs a little bit. And this year, I'm going to try to, definitely help my teammates, but really put that chip back on my shoulder and be able to play with the emotion I need to.
If you said no one's asked you why about your hitting, this feels like the perfect opportunity to then ask why.
Well, that had to be later to get deep. But I mean, there's always like, nobody's looked at my whole career and say, man, this guy's toe tap, this guy's leg kick, this guy's two-strike approach spread out. He's been closed off. He's done this and still had success, but it's just a mixed bag of success. It's like there's times where I have my hands over my head, hands low, things like that, and I'm able to do all those things. I'm able to have success with all those things. But what will bring the most success? What will benefit the team more? Things like that is what you kind of have to evaluate. But I've done all those things, and being able to just let go and not try to please people and just go with what's comfortable and know what's right for you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Corey. Let you get back to your round, and we'll see you in
Yep.
spring training in a few weeks.
Yeah, look forward.